Hello, friends. Welcome back to day 16 of Planmas, Vlogmas, whatever you want to call it. I am so excited to be here and filming this video for you today. It is my review of the Penagic 0.35 gel pen from Amazon. And I actually came across this pen totally unexpectedly. I came across it because one of my coworkers decided to, she was like, I found a really good pen. And like, I am in corporate Canada. Like, people are into stationery, but not like the planner community is into stationery. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, what pen is it going to be? And then she brought this to the office and I was like, oh my gosh. And it writes really well. It's heftier. It's got a little bit of a thicker girth, which is really, really nice if you're like an aging millennial like myself. And the hands are starting to get a little bit of arthritis, paired in line with when I had that car accident and I broke my hand. Anyway, let's get into the important stuff. So the first thing that I wanted to test was skip and smudge test, because nothing makes me more mad than when I see a certain pen company that has already been reviewed on this channel do their smudge, pen, and highlighter test, and they are so clearly using cuts, and they are so clearly waiting between their pens and their smudging. So on this one, skipping, very, very minimal skipping. Actually, the skipping got much worse when I tried to be light-handed versus my regular heavy-handedness. So very good for heavy-handed writers. Not a lot of ridging on the page, and this is just a $3 bullet journal from the dollar store. Dollarama, if you're in Canada, I'm sure you could find something different, similar rather, at like Dollar Tree or, I don't know, Poundland if you're in the UK. Random amount of watchers from the UK. Anywho, not a ton of ridging, a tiny bit of shadowing. Again, this isn't like the highest end paper. So, you know, I'll take that as a win if you were going to use it as a bujo. And then smudging, there was zero smudge. I could not believe it. Highlighters, I didn't have any of my mild liners close to me, but I did have a Tombow, ran over it. It wasn't the greatest. It kind of smudged, especially after a couple of seconds. So just be mindful of that. And I just decided to do the Penagic versus anything else. So I had a clean a 0.5. I just actually ordered it. And if you haven't seen that original video that's been up on my channel, you should go and check it out. It's probably my best view video that I've ever done. But if you haven't, you know, I sort of do my pen reviews the same way. Anyway, I decided to open one of the new Cleanas that I got, and it was much better, a far superior pen. What was very interesting to me was that the Penagic was supposed to be a 0.35, and it really is writing the same thickness as a 0.5 Cleana Energel, which is my go-to, which is what I normally use. I tried the Rytex 0.5 Up Gel. Very disappointed. Now that we're a few months in for these, they have been skipping a lot. The ink flow is not consistent, not great, not my fave. Then I went with the Pilot G Tech 0.4. I thought it was going to be the most similar, and quite honestly, it's great, but it does have a little bit of skipping versus the Penagic. Then I went with some random 0.5 and 0.25 felt tip pens that I got with my bujos that I get from Indigo. Firstly, running out of ink. I've used them to death. And they just were not exceptional. The Penagic is bold, and this is the one that I've been using for the better part of like a month now, and it's still bolder than most of the pens that you're going to see here, with the exception of that second Cleana Energel 0.5. Then I went in with my Sharpie Ultra Fine. It's just a much thicker line. What I am trying to show you is the difference between like the thickness of the lines, how bold they are. And I do have the Pentel Hero 0.7. I don't know why that one was not writing really, really well, but they are a thick, bold pen, and they are also wonderful. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like me to do a pen review for that. Then I busted out my Mujis, because I was like, I think I really want to test these versus the Mujis. They were pretty cool. The Muji is a 0.38, so theoretically is a little bit thicker than this pen, but it, you know, I have had it for 8 years now, and it's fantastic. Then I did my Muji 0.5, weirdly thicker than the Clean 0.5. I figured those would be the same. And then my Muji 0.7, very thick, very bold, as we expect it to be, but fantastic for the Mujis for holding up for so many years. Then I just did my Le Pen felt tip. It is always a thick, bold boy. I don't even know if that's a Le Pen in hindsight. I don't know. My Bic intensity is not very intense from the day that I've gotten it until now. So just if you're wondering how I feel about that. Had opinions, I had to write it out next to it. Then I went in with my Pigma Microns, my Sakura, and I don't know what I was expecting. This was the Pigma Micron 0.3. It felt like it was pulling through the paper instead of gliding on it, which is a problem for ridging. My Pigma 0.5 was nice, but again, more akin to a 0.7 gel pen. So again, thicker, bolder, no ridging, no shadowing. And then my Sakura Micro Pen, Perm rather, 0.5, same vein. And then this one is just very, very thick and bold. So that was everything. And I'm looking at my list, and I really do think that the winner between it is the Muji and then the the Pangamic 0.5. I would say if you couldn't find one, get the other. But when it comes to cost and affordability, I just got a 12-pack of these on Amazon, which is where I assume that you can buy them. They said fully stocked on Amazon, overnight shipping. And they were $8.72 before tax. And that's a really good price. I hope you enjoy this. Toodles.